1, 2, 3. No, that's a warning. That's a warning. Let's get back.
There are recreational situations out there for kiddos with disability, but oftentimes parents don't get to, run to the grocery store or go pick up gas or go pick up a birthday present for Johnny down the street when their kiddo's at dance class.
So really, Discovery Club is a drop-in respite service that's throughout the Front Range, and we partner with nursing school students to get their pediatric rotation. But they actually come in and do the staffing for us, and so they get a really significant amount of time working with a child with a disability, and these range from physical disabilities to more intellectual and developmental disabilities.
And what's really impressive about Discovery Club is during the school year, each year we train between 1,000 and 1,400 students. It's 8 hours of training for more than 1,000 students who are learning about disability.
It's really twofold. One is to give caretakers and parents a break, a respite. The other one is to really provide these nursing students with some significant experience working with people with disabilities. And it gives the kids a great Saturday to be away from their parents, give them a break as well.
The Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation was started by Wright in 1940, and we have the mission of preserving Taliesin and Taliesin West. Taliesin is in Wisconsin, Taliesin West is here in Arizona. And we also are charged with inspiring new generations of people with Wright's ideas and familiarizing them with his philosophy and his designs and his architecture. We have access to all of Wright's portfolio. So having fabric swatches and having sketches and drawings and all of these things, I immediately saw that there was an opportunity to take these things out of the vaults and actually share them with people. How do we do that? How do we monetize that so that we can support the foundation? So that was kind of the impetus for the program, was trying to figure out ways to monetize this intellectual property that we have as part of the foundation. We've been able to take artwork that most of the world wasn't familiar with and bring that into a new light, to a new generation of people through this process of photographing it, digitizing it, uploading it into the system and making it globally available to purchase as products. The biggest lesson we learned in launching this initiative was that we do have the ability to quickly generate revenue from assets that we have here on campus, and we can bring these things out of the vaults and into the light and into a new generation of people.
When Volunteers of America opened Maude's Cafe, we really envisioned that it would be a local coffee shop. People in the apartment complexes nearby would stop by. Our employees would have a place to meet. This concept came about in partnership with ArtSpace Development. They talked with us about the possibility of opening a coffee shop that could be a training ground for homeless youth.
We teach them general life skills. We work with them daily on their goals in general, like what they want to do with life. We help them succeed those goals.
So the youth that come over here to be our interns at Maude's Cafe, they are young adults typically who are trying to re-enter or enter the workforce for the first time. So they come over here and they have about 8 to 12 weeks of a training program in partnership with the Department of Workforce Services, so that they receive some of the basic training for how to be a good employee.
This is something that will help a youth in their next job, because it's not so scary than going on a job interview if you've already dealt one-on-one with different adults and started to learn their trust. So that's one of the most important things that we're doing here for our youth.
We have the mission to provide a bridge to self-reliance and health for vulnerable individuals and populations who are struggling with homelessness, addiction, and mental illness along the Wasatch Front.
So far, we've helped one intern get his own apartment. We've helped another intern sign up for school, and when she came back from signing up for school, she was the happiest girl on the planet. She walked in the door and she said, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be the first person in my family to go to college, and I'm not going to die on these streets. It's heartbreaking to hear those stories, but it's so rewarding to hear those stories.
I think the biggest challenge we faced was really changing our mindset. For 112 years, YWCA has been here caring for women and children as that place to go in their time of need. And doing something with donations was not something we'd really thought about before. Taking risks can be scary. So we really needed to change the way we thought about the work that we were doing and how we utilized the donations that the community was so generously giving us. From every t-shirt to every towel to every pair of shoes that are donated, there was an outpouring of support that came along. And we really found out how much people care about women and children who are hurting, who are in need, and we were overwhelmed by the generosity we experienced.
Not only is it good on a global level in terms of recycling and repurposing donated items, but it goes for a very significant purpose right here to women and children facing domestic violence and homelessness so that they have clothing that they need.
One thing we wish we had known in the beginning is how much the community would rally their support behind the women and children that we're serving. Every day there's an outpouring of generosity that comes through our doors and in our donation bins. Bags of used items that are used by those that we're serving and also taken to our global thrift store partner to really help our organization and help the women and children that we're serving begin new lives.
Feeding Our Community's Partners is a locally developed nonprofit with a mission to engage our community in solving youth hunger. And we do that primarily through the work of two programs that we've developed called the Backpack Food Program and Power Pack Program, which provides supplemental meals and snacks for area youth in grades K through 8.
Our Week to Feed challenge is centered around a little piece of technology called a dip jar. And what a dip jar does is it reads credit cards, so you can make a one-time donation with your credit card at a preset amount. So we decided to engage donors and to engage different organizations in the community, and we would set up this marketing campaign around these dip jars, and they're in little portable marketing kits that we can take into an area business, and they can select a fundraising level.
Dip in our dip jar. It will tell you that you've made a $4 donation to FOCP, thus purchasing a weekend's worth of food for a student. At that point, you'd want to cross off on the board the $4 donation that you made, and then add a Big Dipper sticker. Initially, our Week to Feed challenge was centered around one business hosting on site for 1 week. We found that some area businesses wanted to pin a challenge against another business, and two companies that were so competitive that they raised over $3,000 in 1 week to support our mission, which was just phenomenal.
One thing that we didn't anticipate was how much local businesses and organizations were going to engage with the marketing campaign. And what we found was a lot of people offered extra incentives to engage with the campaign, and they would offer their employees and their customers additional perks for making a donation to the Week to Feed campaign.